Hi ladies, it's Jen from Mindful Moms Network. We are talking all about fearless love, and I'm so thrilled that you're with us because I do think that this topic of fear and fearless love resonates with every mother, because what mother doesn't have fears, right? I mean, we do. We all have fears, but as mothers, we have to be incredibly mindful of them, because if we're not, our fears cause us to either do things that we would not otherwise not do, or not do things that are so essential to our growth or the growth of our children. Because if you think about fear, fear is meant to stop the flow of energy. Fear is the opposite of love. So love and fearless love is like expansive, spacious, unending, unlimited, divine love energy. And fear impedes that. Fear, what it does, and if you've ever been fearful or when you've been fearful, you've probably noticed that it shuts you down. It disconnects you. It causes you to kind of go inside and hide and be scared and contract and shrink and get smaller. Fear is meant to stop love energy. So anytime as mothers we can notice our fears, we have such power to let those fears go and then allow that divine fearless love to flow through us. Because we've talked about this, Brunel has said it before, that a peaceful mind leads to a joyful heart. And so mindfulness allows us to find that peace of mind. So I wanted to share with you something I've noticed this month as we've been focusing on fear. Something quite incredible for me, because I've never noticed this before, and it's huge. I've noticed that my sense of feeling overwhelmed is underlined by fear. I never knew that before. I never realized that my sense of being overwhelmed was a derivative of fearful thoughts I had. But here's what I noticed. So I noticed it the other day when I was feeling overwhelmed in the morning. I was just doing my hair, getting my makeup on, and we had a day with a bunch of stuff to do, and I was like kind of feeling panicky and overwhelmed, and I was then rushing the girls, and it's funny how when you feel overwhelmed, how you treat your children. You kind of rush them and you push them along, and I was doing that, and I kind of thought, well, okay, what's going on here? And I realized it was because of this fear of not enough time, a fear of I can't do this all, a fear of I had committed to two things that I really didn't have the time for, but I did it because I had this fear of rejection. I didn't want to let these people down. And so I realized like this was all fear-based, and this is what caused my this lack of time, this lack of being enough is what caused me to feel overwhelmed. And so I also noticed it too, because the other day I was talking to my husband about this fear I have. I've left my teaching profession to be a stay-at-home mom, and the girls are getting older, so I'd like to go back eventually, and I've been feeling really overwhelmed about that. Like, oh my gosh, have I been gone too long? Will what I'm interested in, I was doing graduate work and research, is that even pertinent and valuable anymore? Will I ever be hired again, or have I been out of the game too long? Then I got overwhelmed with feeling like I'm not contributing any money to a 401k because I have no job, and my girls are all the same age. I have twin 4-year-olds. They'll be 4 in 2 weeks, and Chloe's 5. Like, they're all going to get married at the same time, and how am I going to pay for that? And college education, I'm not saving because I'm not making it. So do you see how slowly fear creeps in? That fear crept in, and I got this overwhelm. It blew this story out of proportion. That's what fear does. So overwhelm is a blown out of proportion story. And notice, if you recognize that is fear's job, it's meant to scare you, it's meant to blow things out of proportion, to stop you from doing stuff, then you've seen it for what it is, and that's the first step of awareness of it loosening its grip on you. So pay attention to the next time you're feeling overwhelmed, and identify if it's underlined by fearful thoughts of lack, of not being enough, of not having enough, of not doing enough. And then, as Caroline suggested in her post, as mindful moms, what we do when we have fear is we respond with love now. And by responding with love, I mean this. It means step into the present moment. So as I was doing my hair that morning, I stopped my thinking. I said, Jen, you're doing it again. You're blowing this story out of proportion. Just do what you can do right now. I mean, that's responding with love. Just saying to myself, you're enough. This is enough. Just do this one thing. And it was so amazing how the moment you step in the present moment and just start doing just the one thing that you can do, it makes everything so simple, and you're back to you, you're back to reality, you're back to your present self. So the next time you're feeling fearful thoughts that cause you to feel overwhelmed, respond with love by stepping back into the present moment and telling yourself, and you might just say, there I go again, I'm just going to do this one thing at a time, just one thing at a time. And what you'll do is you'll probably find that you shift and you change how you show up to your kids that way. You'll shift and you'll change the energy field around you. You'll feel more relaxed, more settled, more spacious, more open, more just like, I'll get it all done. So try that. Your power, moms, your power does not reside in overthinking things and getting your thinking out of control. Your power resides in stepping into the present moment and doing one thing at a time and trusting yourself. And that's you directing fearless love to you. Trust, acceptance, love, awareness. So practice this the next time that you're feeling overwhelmed. It might work for you. It worked incredibly for me, and it continues to work. I'm so thrilled you're with us this month. I'm so thrilled you're with us with Mindful Mothers, Mindful Moms Network, and sharing the word with other mothers who you know would benefit from having a peaceful mind to have a clear heart. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll talk to you soon.